Respected dignitaries, I am Shravan Kumar doing PhD under the guidance of Dr. Sanjay K. Banerjee, Nepal Guwahati. Today I am here to present my data, that is transcriptomic data unfold the molecular defects in neonatal hearts, role of preclinical diabetes. Background of my work is diabetes is a systemic chronic metabolic disorder, increased level of blood glucose. And here, type 1 diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and type 3 diabetes, that is gestational diabetes, and one more is pre-gestational diabetes. In this pre-gestational diabetes, type 1 or type 2 diabetes that exists before conception. And in India, involved 402 million people are suffering with the diabetes, and 1 in 11 are having the diabetes, and 1 in 6 births are affected by the hyperglycemia in pregnancy. Uh, if the mother having the pregression diabetes, it will greater risk for the fetal than the gestational diabetes. Some of the defects are spontaneous abortion, fetal anomalies, preeclampsia, diabetes in offsprings, and heart is the major organ in our body, and this is the first functional organ form in the body, the mammalians. And cardiac dysfunction in offsprings are in their later life because of that hyperglycemic condition. And some of the transcription structure, these are in the developmental stages. Uh, and the incidence of congenital heart defects are, as of results, perturbation of the cardiac signaling pathways in pre-gestational diabetes mellitus is not fully understood. Therefore, the present study was designed to explore the signaling pathways that affect due to the hyperglycemia. For that, we set follow objectives to find out the phenotype neonatal heart that develops under the hyperglycemic condition in pre-gestational diabetes. And the objective two is to find out the crucial gene and transcription factors perturbed during the early heart development in presence of hyperglycemia. This is the methodology we used, and here we induced diabetes with the streptozotocin 35 mg per kg, and in we use the female diabetic rat, SD rats. Here we kept two groups. That is, one is diabetic control, one is normal control. Here in female diabetic group, we checked the blood glucose levels and body weight changes in female diabetic rats and biochemical changes in female diabetic rats. And we mated those females with the non-diabetic females or non-diabetic males. And after getting the pups, 2 days pups, we done echocardiography, electrocardiography, and then we sacrificed the animals and the 2 days neonatal heart, and we collected that, and we did histopathology in the Mason trichome staining and RNA sequencing, gene and protein expression, and fibrosis, oxidative stress, and cardiac functioning. In this first, we want to check the structural and functional part of the heart, and for that we did echocardiography and electrocardiography. For that we did echocardiography, that is visual sonic instrument, vivo laser, and here we can see that left ventricle in this is 2D mode, and this is the is B mode, and this is the motion mode, M mode. And here we can see that some of the parameters, that left ventricular interior diameter in diastolic condition, left ventricular interior diameter systolic condition, and some volume and ejection fraction and fractional shortenings are significantly decreased in the diabetic control compared to the normal control. And we done for the electrocardiography also. Here we check that heart rate, RR interval, PR interval, and QT interval, P duration, corrected QT. Based upon this, we come to know that here we can see that significant changes in diabetic groups compared to the control group. So we come to know that some structural and functional changes are happening in the heart. So further we want to see histopathological changes in the heart. For that we did histopathology, that is Mason trichome staining. In that we used Mason trichome. Here we can see that focal fibrosis in neonatal from the diabetic group, and we did to further confirmation for this fibrosis, we done gene expression studies also. Here collagen and alpha actin and MMP2, we used these genes, and these are significantly increased in diabetic group compared to the control group. And we further we want to check that cell proliferation. For that we used Ki67. This is nuclear protein. It will be expressed in the dividing cells. In here we can clearly see that increased levels of this is 20x and this is 40x. Here we can see the increased levels of cell proliferation in the diabetic group compared to the control group. So we come to know that in functional, structural and functional of the heart, and in histopathology, some changes are happening. So we want to know, explore more things in transcriptomic levels also, in molecular levels. For that, we did transcript RNA sequencing analysis. Here we can see the data that in this is just a pie chart. Here we can see that upregulated significantly, downregulated significantly, non-significant and upregulated genes, and downregulated genes. And these 80%, 85% of the genes are neutral. Here this is the GO circus plot. Here we can see that this right side of the red color is down regulated genes, and this is the upregulated genes. With this we use scatter plot. We done with the network analysis. Here the here this dot will indicate that number of genes involved in the pathway. This is the upregulated genes, and this is the downregulated genes. Here we can see the network pathway. Here this red color means here response to the hydrogen peroxide. Here this much, if the genes are involving in this pathway more, that cluster size will be the big. And we can see the downregulated genes here. And further continuation is the transcriptomic analysis for the heart from the 2 days neonatal heart. This is bubble plot for the biological process. We got the GOID, and for that in that genes, if the more number of genes will be involved, the bubble size will be increased. With that, we drawn GO circus plot. Here this is the circle inside. It is downregulated or upregulated. Here log fold change we use it, and this is the blue color is downregulated and the red color is upregulated. Here this cluster, one cluster will show indicate that it is a like graph. Here 3 lines are there. This upper line is upregulated, and this middle line is 0, and this is the lower line is the downregulated one. Here we can see that for example, if 00421127, this GOID is there. We got the GOID from the David database. Here we can see the 004217. Here it is involving the regulation of the cell proliferation. Here we can see that this red will indicate here in this plot where the genes starting from pathway, which pathway it is following. Here we can see that mainly TGF beta 1 and BMP10, and these involves in the these mostly down regulated. And protein for that in this transcriptomic, we want to correlate with the protein gene expression levels. For that we did GATA4, RB, that is retinoblastoma, and SOX2, NKX 2.5, FOXA3A, histone is 3. These are the transcription factor involved in the heart development. So further we did this protein expression level, and we can see here GATA4, RB, SOX2, NKX 2.5, FOXA3A were significantly changed compared to the control group.
You're running out of your discussion time, sir. With this, you're running out of your discussion time.
That is GATA4 and SOX2 we used. Here if FOXA3 involved in the oxidative stress. So here and these are the some transcription factors in first heart field. These are involved in the first heart field changes. So for that we did it. And expression of analysis cytoskeletal proteins. Here we used AMPK and PGC1 alpha, MNSOD, and GAPDH. GAPDH is the housekeeping gene. And here relative expression we did in graph bar. Here AMPK and PGC1, MNSOD, mitochondrial SOD, superoxide dismutase, these are significantly changed. And here in high glucose in normal condition, FOXA3A will be activate the mitochondrial SOD levels, and it will reduce the oxidative stress. And then AMPK levels also, this AMPK involved in the energy metabolism pathway, and PGC1 also involved is related to the oxidative stress and energy metabolism. Here this PGC1 indirectly activate the MNS mitochondrial SOD, and it will decrease the oxidative stress. But in high glucose condition level, here the FOXA3A is downregulated, just now we seen, and AMPK levels are downregulated. These are indirectly activating the oxidative stress. So this leads to the cardiac dysfunction. In my conclusion, I want to say that STZ induced pregestational diabetes. Induced pregestational diabetes in SD rats leads to the structural and functional impairment in neonatal heart, as revealed by increasing fibrosis, cardiomyocyte proliferation, and change in the ECG and echocardiogram parameters. And gene ontology revealed that the several of the main biological process, these genes were related to the heart development pathway, cardiac construction, and cardiomyocyte differentiation were involved.
Shravan, it's a very interesting study, but I have some questions. Why have you looked at the embryonic lethality and whether there were any fetal cardiac abnormalities?
This data in 2 days old neonatal heart, sir. We didn't check that embryonic level, but
not liver, embryonic ducts. Were there any embryonic ducts in all these pups, which was in all these diabetic mothers?
No, sir. But the litter size is decreased in diabetic group compared to the normal control. Might be this is dissolved in the embryo in the stomach.
Now, I'm not, even though you have seen a lot of changes in these transcription factors,
yes, sir.
proteomic analysis, how all this has made any change to the what are its sequelae? Because you have not shown even the fibrosis histologic picture is not that kind of, very little. You have not quantitated the fibrosis. We have not quantitated the myocyte.
Sir, that fibrosis quantification, we did that gene expression levels also. In that, we used collagen, MMP2, alpha actin also we used, sir.
No, gene expression, all right, but then these alterations in gene expression, whether they had actually led to any kind of serious sequelae in these hearts. No, I don't know why you chose this two-day-old neonates, because you could have looked at little more adult pups to see whether this gene expression has actually led to any kind of serious sequelae in the cardiac structure and function.
Yes, sir. Up to 15 days, we can check that this cardio and respiratory system will be fully grown up to 15 days later only. So this is a continuous process. Some of the modifications will happen after birth also. This is in embryo level. We have some in papers. We can see that embryo level some changes are there, but 2 days old rat that much data is not there. So we were concerned on 2 days data. We were generated some data I have shown here, and this is, sir.
Did you correlate with expressions of myosin, myofibrillar proteins and collagens?
Collagen level was expressed, sir. We haven't done that that part, but we seen that collagen levels that was increased, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity.
Renu or Rajai?
Nothing. Thank you.